What is going on, everybody? I know that I haven't been on live for a very long time. I know. I've been a very busy man. Um, just a lot of stuff going on. I have been putting out videos, trying to put them out once a week. Really into this Lay the Five thing right now. Part of the reason is because it made a lot of money at the casino. What is up, Jet Fike? How are you, little man? Are you killing it? Everybody, Jet, I want you to post the link to your YouTube channel on this in these comments here. Post that link, Mr. Jet. Post a link to one of your videos, guys. Sign up. Give Jet a subscription, all right? Give Jet, little Jet, man, he's a killer archer, guys. He does hunting videos. Give this guy a subscription on YouTube. Jet Fike, he's my son's age. I believe he's fifth grader, right, Jet? Jet's a good kid, man. He's deadly. He will survive the zombie apocalypse. So, Jet, post a link in the comments here to your YouTube channel. Good kid. Good local country boy. Oh, Jet in the house. Probably shouldn't be watching How to Gamble, but hey, it is what it is. So click on one of your videos, Jet, and just highlight the top up there and copy it and stick it in the chat box. Or you can just type it in. So anyway, let's get into it. Jet, figure it out. Yeah, just post it on here if you get a chance. No, we got to get Jet subbed up, guys. Got to get him subbed up. It's a good kid, making hunting videos, shooting videos, archery. The real Daryl Dixon. But anyways, I just kind of want to get on here and talk to you guys a little bit, shoot some craps, play a little game here. Obviously, I want to thank you guys for getting Ball Homestead subbed up. They're still waiting on their watch hours to get paid, but they're getting there. And we got a big giveaway. She's got a bunch of stuff she's made, big gift basket thing. We're going to give it away. Just haven't set it up yet, but it'll be on my channel, her channel. We're just going to give it away to all you guys, wonderful people that subbed her up. Really amazing. Again, I've said this a lot of times, guys. Sub up the YouTube channel, guys. It doesn't cost you nothing, but Google has a lot of money, and Google can pay the people that make content. It is okay. I promise. They are not going to run out of money. We are not hurting them. So hook people up with a sub. That's all it takes is a click. But anyways, so let's shoot some dice. I'm just going to grab some chips. Probably let's go with 1,000. We're going to do some cum betting. I know I don't ever do this, right? I know I've been doing some Lay the Five stuff, but I think people are getting a little tired of Lay the Five, and I'm doing a 3-episode series of it. So I'm not going to do it on here. I'm going to do some cum betting because I've seen a lot of cum betting stuff lately on other people's channels. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit, show little things I know about some cum betting. There you go, add Jet Fike right there. Get him, boy. Just check him out, guys. Look up Jet Fike on YouTube. Guys, he's a young kid. He does hunting videos. You can't miss it, right? There's not going to be very many of them. So hook him up with a sub. Hook our man Jet up. Anyways, we got $1,000 in chips. We're going to do cum bets. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the pass line, obviously. Then we're going to run cum bets, but what I want to kind of show is why flat betting the cum doesn't make sense because you're always behind the 7. While flat betting the don't come does make sense because you only have to win half to break even. Hello, Darcy Fulton. So let's grab our 1,000. Here we go. 500 in green, $25 chips if you don't know, and 100 in black, $100 chips if you don't know. But so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the cum bet. All right, and I'm going to explain some things about it as we go, at least things in my opinion. $25 on the line there. It's I'm just going to randomly throw them, guys. There's no reason to try to do anything special that I can't do anyway. All right, so here we go. Roll, roll, and roll. Hey, got an 8, 6 deuce. All right, so right here, boom, 8 action. That's a really good comeback, right? That's a really good pass line come, whatever, bet to have, because the 8 is easier to roll than the other numbers. So it's a good one. All right, so we're going to start out just by flat betting the come. I want to just show some stuff, right? So I'm going to show some stuff not to do. Right? Flat betting the come doesn't make any sense. Now, I get sometimes people flat bet the pass line just because they're trying to shoot and they just have to have a line bet. That's a totally different thing. But if you're planning on putting odds and all that, guys, you should play the minimum and the maximum. That's the only way you should play the come. The pass line, odds. All right, there's a 10. 6, 4, 10. All right, here we go. Still no odds. And guys, I'm showing this stuff to show kind of what not to do on the come. All right, here we go. We got a 10. Oh, off and on action. Would have been nice if we'd have hit that 2 to 1 on them odds, but we did not. All right, off and on. They're just going to do that. Give you your chip back. They're going to be looking at you funny because you ain't got no odds. There's a 3, so you just lost it on the come here. But again, guys, if you're going to play the come bets, the line, you should play the odds, guys, because that is the advantage you get when you play the come. You get to play the odds. If you're not going to play the odds, if you're just going to do it like I'm doing here, flat betting, then you're better off just playing the place bets because you're choosing what numbers you want, plus you're getting a better payout. And this 10 is just killing it. If you were playing odds right now, you just went 2 to 1, 2 to 1. All right, very nice. That's what you're looking for, really, is them 4s and 10s to hit on those bets, on those odds bets, because they're the best payout. And there's the 8. All right, so there's another off and on style. So obviously we're winning, but guys, think about how much more you could be winning. All right, that's going to win. So now you're kind of stuck behind the 8 ball though a little bit because you got these 2 come bets out here that are working. You don't have no choice or contract. And you have this one. So if you roll a 7, you're actually going to lose a quarter. We rolled a 6. All right, bang, good shot. All right, come. And a 7 out. Okay, so this is going to pay here. And these are going to lose. All right, so let's see how good. Remember, we had two hits. We had a bunch of hits. Let's see if we won anything. We probably didn't win anything. We won 1 quarter out of all that. All those wins, we won 1 quarter. One $25 chip. Because we didn't play the odds with the come bets. So, guys, if you're going to play come bets, you need to play the odds with them. That's the idea of the come bet. That's the advantage you're getting. Flat betting the come will get you caught up. It's going to get you stuck because you're going to get a bunch of numbers out there and then you're going to roll a 7. All right, see you, Jet. What's up, Campa? So this time, let's do it a little different. So we're going to do the come bet on a come progression, all right? And we're just going to go up 1 chip each time, all right? It's pretty simple. $25. Now, if it wins, we're gonna stay at that level. I'll explain it to you as we go. So this is a little more advanced style of come play. Still no odds, but better than flat betting. There's an 8. All right, so the next level. Obviously, you could do this with $5 chips. Doing it with $25 chips, maybe a little expensive. There's the 8. Okay, very nice. So this is going to travel. We're going to win a quarter. All right, so this is where you got to do a little math. All right, we won a quarter. We got 50 at risk. We got 25. So essentially, we're in a break-even situation if we do roll 7. We'll win a quarter, we'll lose 50, but we rack 25. So you keep this progression going, all right? And we got a 7, so the exact situation I just said happened. All right, so this is gonna lose. You can win there. But you essentially broke even. You didn't win or lose anything. So let's keep going. That's not a good example of what I'm trying to show. Got to go a little further. Right, there's the 5. All right, so now we're going to go 50 here. So now if we roll a 7, in this case we lose the 25, but we win 50. So it's a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. So here we go. If we happen to roll 7 here, which we did not, 6, 3, 9, you're now starting a situation where you're getting more combinations of winners, but you're also bumping up your bets, and you're covering the 7 every time. Now, if you roll a 2 or a 3 or a 12, it's just tough luck. And there's the 8. So you're gaining combinations of winners as you go up in value, right? So now it's a little different situation, right? But we have 5 ways to win, 4 ways to win, and 4 ways to win, right? So obviously the 7 isn't an exactly break even. Remember, this is just 1 unit up at a time. And there's the 4, 3, 1, 4. No odds, just 1 unit up at a time. Right now you're starting to get in danger land, right? So we got to go to 125. But the 7 doesn't totally wipe you out. You are going to win a little back. And the 9. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky, right? So you're going to win $50. Now let's remember what that is. So now what you have at risk is 100, 75, 275, 325. You won 50. All right. So do you have to go to 150? You don't. Right? I would go back down. I would actually drop it down to 100. Now, obviously, the 7 isn't going to win you perfectly, but what you're hoping is to keep repeating some of these numbers. You did not. You rolled a 6. Right now, you're in real Dangerville. And I would just go up from here, 125. And again, guys, this is just me showing another style of come betting. And there's the 3. That's the worst case scenario. That's worse than the 7, because that's just a loser. That is worse than the 7. All right, here we go. Oh, back to back. That is so brutal. Oh, that's so brutal. So this is something that got popular. Like guys were talking about, this could be an unbeatable strategy on Craps if you had enough money. There's the 10, 6, 4. So now we have every number. That's the kind of stuff that can happen in come betting. This is the kind of tragic situation. Even if we weren't going up, this is the kind of tragic situation that come betting can get you in. All right, so now we're going to have to go to 150. We're almost out of money. Oh, I was hoping it rolled a 7, because that would have been perfect as far as showing how bad come betting can be. We're going to win 100. Pull that down. This is going to be 150 here. Now, we're going to have to go. We don't have to go up. We can go down. We just won $100. And then 9. So this is how it can go good as well. I mean, you start whacking these numbers, it starts turning into pretty good. That's 125. It's going to go there. So now we'll go to 125. You don't have to, but we can. Again, now you're just repeating numbers out there if you can, if it happens that way. And there's a 9 again. It's not supposed to go good. Not making nowhere near what we should, though, because we should be playing odds. But I'm just showing different ways that you can do this, that people actually do play this. So now we can just bounce back between 100 and 125 here. We don't got to keep progressing up. And there's the 9, especially if we're just going to keep rolling 9s. Another 125. So if you were playing the odds with these, you'd be crushing it right now. you'd be absolutely destroying it. And there's the 4. That is 100. Move that over there. We're going to win 100. All right, we can put 100 there. Let's just rack this up. The one problem with these bets is you won all these bets, you got all this money out there, and it's locked in. That sucks. That's what sucks about come bets, is that lock them in. And there's 10. So $125 winner. Travels. Let's put our $100 out there. $8. Come on now. This ain't supposed to go this good. All right, let's travel that up there. We're going to win 75, cheap one. Put 100 back out there. So now we're going to start descending it, right? We've won enough, crushed it. Now we're going to start descending it. So we're going to start going down in the come bets. There's also another part. What's up, Jet? See if we can go down. No, we can't. But that probably ended up really good. So we're going to win there. It's a winner. These are all going to be losers. They're losers. And that one. We did win our little $100 consolation prize. So that's how that can go good. Again, guys, I'm not promoting that way to play. I'm just saying that's a way you can play it. I've seen that played that way before. That's part of a good way to play it. It's not all of the good way. So that's 600, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. We're up 75 whole dollars after all that risk. $75 up after all that risk. All right, so now I'm going to show come bets kind of how you should play them. So we're going to play $25 flat come bets with max odds, 3, 4, 5 style. All right, so $25. Now, obviously, if the rolls don't cooperate, this could go really bad. And an 8. 6 deuce. All right, so 5 times odds is 125. And a quarter in the middle. Here we go. 6 the hard way. 2 threes. So again, we're going to put 125 in odds on it. Now I know this is big bets, right? But this is big risk, big reward. You're going to get max payouts. $5, okay. We're going to get all the numbers and then get smacked. All right, and then we're going to put this is a 4 times 3, 4, 5 odds. All right, let's put this out here. It would be nice to hit one of these bets. Real nice. And we got a 6. There we go. All right, so we're going to off and on situation. So it's going to win 25 for the flat. And then you're going to win, so 25 pays 30. And the 100 pays 120. So it's 150. So 175 total win, off and on. What that means is that they're just going to leave that bet up there, leave all your stuff out there, and they're just going to give you 175 bucks. That's what off and on means, guys. If you play a lot of come bets, you will know what that means. If you don't play come bets, you may not know what that means at all. But that was a good win, $175 win, right? That's a lot better than those other ones. There's a 9, 5, 4. When we were struggling just to win 100. 100 in odds. Now the problem here is you have a ton of risk, but you can pull all those odds off if you wish. 4 to 6. Again, we're going to win 175 off and on. And again, I'll show the payout again. So it's 25 on the flat, then 125 pays 150 on the odds. Now off and on just means that they're going to leave your come out. They're going to leave them that up how it is. Then we're racking them up. So just off that 6 alone, I agree. We'll get into the place bets later. All right. But if you're going to play come bets, this is the way to play them. You should play them as good as you can. As much as you can invest in the odds, you should. If you're going to play come bets. I don't play come bets. All right, here we go. And a 10. I personally, if I play come bets, it's such a rare situation where I'm just trying to transition out of that game. 75. And the hard six, the 6 is our money maker. All right, it's another 175. Off and on. They're going to do something like this or like this, telling you it's off and on. All right. Just keep smacking numbers. 10. There we go. These are like the best rolls ever. So that's going to win 150 on the odds, 25 on the flat. So the 10 and the 4 pay 2 to 1. So the 75 in odds, 25 flat. They're going to tap it, say off and on. You're just going to rack up chips. Everyone right now is going, come betting is so great. Look how much money he's winning. There's an 11. That's a come winner. Right there. Guys, reiterate. I'm just showing this. There's another 6. The 6 is super hot. I'm just showing this because a lot of people in different channels have been talking about come bets, and come bets. This is every so often come bets come back into the spotlight. But the truth of the matter is, it's not the best way to play. And I'll possibly show that in this video, or maybe not. Aces. Oh, lost our come bet. Here we go. If you have a long roll, you're going to make a bunch of money doing this, obviously. If you don't have a long roll, you're just going to keep losing money. It's not like other strategies where it can do both things. So this is the 10 is going to win 175 again. Off and on. Six again. Holy crap, the 6 is just killing it. Again, it's going to be a 175 winner. Off and on. Just absolutely killing it. Aces. Come betting actually doesn't make sense mathematically, in my opinion. I know people say it has the best house edge or whatever, but mathematically, risk to risk, it doesn't make sense. So you can risk the same amount and get paid more on the place bet. So to me, it doesn't make sense. And 7 out finally. All right, so we're going to win 25 bucks there. I don't know how we never hit the 8. We just kept hitting the 6. We'll lose all these. All right, so that was pretty good, right? But think about that. Think about how big of a roll that took. And also, guys, I want to point something out with come bets too. So there's 900,000. So we're up all those green chips. Looks like about 600 bucks, 500 bucks. But one of the other things I want to point out with come bets is, what's up, Michael? Is you don't get to choose. You're not choosing where you're playing the game. The dice are choosing where you're playing the game. And then on top of that, you have to roll the number twice to win. And that's a big part for me. When you place bets, if I walk up to a craps table that's in the middle of the session, I got chips in my hand, I put money on any number out there. I don't got to roll it twice to win. I got to roll it just that one time to win. When you play come bets, you have to set the come, and then you have to hit it again to win. And so the small payout advantage in the odds, which isn't even a real payout advantage if you count the flat bet, isn't worth it to me to have to hit the number twice. I don't like that aspect of come betting. I also don't like the aspect that you can't pull the money off the table like you can with place bets. You have to leave the flat bet. I don't like that as well. People will argue that, yeah, but on the one roll you get the 7 and 11 as a winner. Yeah, but you also get the 2, 3, and the 12 as a loser, which means it's a slight advantage on one roll. It's not even a great advantage. And then most likely your come is going to travel to a spot that you're at a disadvantage to the 7 for the rest of the game. Okay, and we'll get into that, Holy Roller. You're right. Overall, it should roughly lose and win the same. You're right about that. But in the big scheme of things, because people don't have endless money, generally when they play odds on them, they will win more than if they just play them flat, because they're going to quit quicker. When you win 4 or 5 of them, you're going to quit. But so the come bets, next thing you know, you got all these come bets out there, and you can't do nothing with them. Now you can move the odds around, but they're all flat bets. What's up, Mid-Atlantic? They're all just sitting out there flat, stuck out there at the mercy of the 7. At the mercy of the 7. So the one number that we are 100% sure is going to roll, that the come bets are against it. And to me, that doesn't make sense to play that way. All right? If you're going to play that way, then why aren't you getting the right amount of money in return, as opposed to getting less than? So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to use some red chips because they'll be easier. All right, so 3, 4, 5 table, which is what most tables are. Now this does change as the odds go up, and that come betting actually gains value. The odds actually gain value against the place as the odds get bigger, but you have to be willing to put like 10x odds. All right, so let's say you have $5 come on the 6, $5 come on the 8, and 25 in odds. All right, I'm going to show this. This is the same thing, 25 in odds. So this is a $30 total bet at risk. So now let's say you have a $30 place bet. Same exact risk. Same exact risk. Which one pays more? Which one pays more? The place bet pays $1 more. Or sorry, these ones pay evenly. Sorry. This pays the same on this one. My bad. I messed this part up. But anyway, so what ends up, they both pay 35, right? But on the 4, 5, and 9, so this right here, the flat pays 30, and that pays, the odds pay 30 and the flat pays 5. And that's on the same in the 6 and 8. Now this is max odds on it, all right? Most people don't play max odds. All right, so on the 6 and 8, it's a break even. You're not gaining anything by the come bet. People are going to say, yeah, but you're gaining the come out roll of it, essentially. But no, you're losing the fact that you have to hit it twice, right? So let's look at the 5, all right? So same thing, $5, 25 odds. Oh, it would be 20 odds, 3, 4, 5, 20 odds. That's a $25 total bet versus a $25 place bet. All right, so what happens here? You're not gaining anything. This didn't gain nothing. The 20 is going to pay 30, and the flat 5, so it's going to be 35. This is also going to be 35. All right, what do you think happens on the 4? You didn't gain anything there either. But you did lose the ability to move your money around. You did lose the ability to choose which numbers you're playing. You did lose the ability to pull your money down. You did lose the ability to only have to roll the number once. All right, so now let's look at what it is if it's not max odds. All right, so when you get off max odds, it changes. All right, so let's say, and I may not be 100% right exactly on this. I haven't done any come bet stuff in a long time. All right, so let's say you have a $20 5, right? $20 5 versus a $5 and $15 in odds. All right, so the $20 5 is going to pay 28. the 15 in odds is going to pay 3 to 2. This doesn't work out exactly right. But either way, it pays a little less. And as you go down, it pays a little less and a little less until there's just no value in it. And then what I'm trying to explain, and again, I haven't done this come betting stuff in a very long time. What I'm trying to explain is that there's no value in it. Like the value of getting the come out roll 7 and 11 when you're playing the come, which means you already have money at risk against the 7 somewhere else if you're playing the come on the line. It means you already have money at risk. So getting that $5 worth of value there isn't worth not being able to put your money where you want to put your money. Not worth being able to manipulate your money how you want to manipulate it. It's not worth losing all of that. It's not worth losing all of those options. All right? In my opinion, it's not. It's not worth that. All right? You can play those combats and you can spread those combats across the board and everything's fine and dandy. 4 or 5 rolls in, you still got $20 or $30 out there, and I can pull all my money down. That's a big advantage in my opinion. That's a huge advantage in my opinion, to be able to move my money, to be able to adjust it, to be able to put it in my pocket. All right? It's a disadvantage in my opinion for it to be stuck. But the biggest disadvantage in my opinion is that you have to roll the number twice. So when you're playing, and again, when you're place betting, you can put the money out anytime, right? You don't have to wait on a come out to put your odds on. You don't have to do anything. If you want to play 30 right away, you can do it. If you want to play 300 right away, you can do it. You don't have to have this other roll involved where your money's also at risk. And the slight advantage that is promoted, that they just promote this advantage of, yeah, but you can roll the 7 or 11 here and you can win. It's not a big advantage. Not when you lose so much. You lose the ability to move them. You lose the ability to choose which numbers you're betting on. There's just so much you lose to gain a very small advantage, a 3 combination advantage. If you want a 3 combination advantage, guys, really simple. Literally all you have to do to gain a 3 combination advantage is play the 5 and the 6. You have 9 ways to win, 6 ways to lose. I mean, 3 combination advantage right there. You know, it's if you're just looking for slight advantages like that, they're all over the craps table. Where I just that's my personal opinion on come bets, and I just want to talk about them because I've seen quite a bit of stuff people putting out on them. I watch everyone's channels that I know of. A lot of times people don't know I'm watching because I won't say nothing. But I do on some people that I know relatively well. I will talk on theirs. Sometimes I get obnoxious too. So, but not like mean obnoxious. I just get obnoxious. And again, Holy Roller points something out, the comp value. You're not getting the value on the comp value on the odds because the casino promotes this, well, there's no house edge on it. There's no house edge on the odds, but you have to have a flat bet to play them. So it doesn't change anything. None of that changes anything. If you have to have the flat bet, it's the exact same. If you're maxing it out, you have to max them odds out to equal what the place bets are doing for you. So again, guys, this is just me talking about it. Everyone else you can play it all you want. I know that come betting is very popular and a lot of different people do it, a lot of different strategies around it. I don't ever do it. Like if I'm ever come betting, it's usually to get my money out of a hand. I'm just using it kind of as protection bets. Like if I have a lot of money out there, I might put like a $50 come bet and then a $40 come bet and a $30 come bet until I kind of get all my money. I'm hitting numbers and getting all my money off the board. I don't like to have come bets stuck out there that are pure profit. And that's just my personal opinion on come bets, guys. Again, it's not it's not something that is definitive in the way like this is for sure better. They're just different, and I don't like it. I don't like playing that way. And again, a lot of craps is opinion. A lot of strategy in craps and a lot of gameplay in craps is opinion. It's preference. It's what people like to do versus what other people like to do. I know a lot of people that just swear by only playing the don't. Like they just don't and then max out the odds and, they win a lot. They win a whole bunch. And I know other people that play literally across the board all the time, press, looking for that home run. And then I know a lot of people that kind of just chicken feed, or I know a lot of people that like to farm the field, trying to get free bets out there. So again, it's preference mostly. Obviously, it's hard to argue. Don't see, that's the other thing, Dan DVD. Don't come and come are not the same thing. And I know they like people are like, oh, of course they're not the same thing, but they don't work the same at all. The don't come is a totally different animal because you can play the don't come and you can also play place bets. So the don't come is so much more versatile. The don't side of it, by gaining the 7 as your ally, by taking the 7 away from the casino and making it a profit number, you change everything about the game. You manipulate the game in a way that is actually advantageous to the player and against the casino. And that's why the 678 is my bread and butter strategy, because that's the base premise of the 678 is taking the 7 away from the casino and forcing them to beat you with another number. Forcing the casino to have to get another number to roll to beat you. And the 7 is now on the player's side. And that's the base premise of the 678. And that's why it's effective, because the casino essentially does that to us all the time on the light side. If you play light side, the casino is essentially doing that to you. Exact same thing. They're taking the 7 and they're giving you everything else. And they're saying, yeah, but this is going to roll enough that it eats up all your money out there. That's it. That when you take that advantage away from the casino, you now have all the options of the board available. How would you play it? I have hundreds of videos on how I play the don't. But I'll just do a quick thing. I'll just use these chips right here. If I had this much in chips, I would look at it, I would probably play a $150 don't. Just like this, $150 don't pass. I would set me a point, see what we get. We got a 9, 6 tray 9. So now I would play the 6, 7, 8. Behind that I have 150 in don't. So I would probably play, let's say 120. You could play 48 and 48. Whatever you'd want to do. We get some red chips. Get a nickel change. And then, I might even put some odds on here because let me explain why you might put odds on this one. All right, so we have 120 right here and 150 right here. So if the 7 rolls, we'll lose 120 and we'll win 150. That's only a $30 profit. Over here, if the 6 and 8 rolls, we're going to win $70. So I would want to win something similar. So most likely I would put at least $30 in odds here, trying to make it similar. And then I would roll this. And if the 6 and 8 hit, I would start spreading out to the other numbers. And this is how I would play it. And the 10, okay, so we wouldn't, no win there. But you're in a good situation. You own the 7. You own the 6 and 8. The 6 and 8 aren't losers on the 7. You're just a winner. So there's $70 win right there on the 6. At this point, most likely what I would do is I'd play the 4 and the 10. Rack $20. And I would just keep on from here. If I roll the 9, it's not a huge deal. If you do, you do. I mean, it's part of it. It's part of the game. You might hit it. You might not. You might roll forever and not hit it. And there's a 7. Okay, so remember we racked 20 already. Our initial investment doesn't count this. Our initial investment on that doesn't count that. All right, so we didn't actually lose that. That was profit. So we lost 120. We made 150 and 20, which is 170. So we're going to get $50 more. 150 and 20 plus the 20 we racked. And so right there, that was a very short version of the 678. And that's literally what the don't provides you. The don't provides you the ability to manipulate the game. When you get a don't set, when you set one, you get the ability to manipulate the game. Now the negative part of the don't is the come out roll. So the thing that the casino promotes for the pass line as being so great, which actually isn't, the don't actually is very at risk to the come out roll. It's the biggest hole in it, right? Because right now you have the 2, 3, and the 12, but only the 2 and 3 are a winner. So the 12 isn't a winner. So you have 3 ways to win versus 8 ways to lose. So it's actually a pretty big disadvantage on the come out roll. But if you happen to set a point, no matter which one it is, and this is a good one, watch this side part of it, Dan, because this is slightly different. All right, so we got an 8 don't now, 150. In this case, I would play the 5 and the 6 in the field. And the reason I would play the 5 and the 6 in the field is because now I have every number on the board that's profitable except for the 8. The 8's the only one I don't get that's profitable. Everything else I make money. So what we got is 110 and 20s, 130 versus 150. Let's take and put 30 in odds. Just like that. So now I win on every single roll of the dice but the 8. So this is a really interesting situation to be in. It's a really good situation to be in. Obviously, you just don't want to roll the 8. It's part of the game. If you happen to roll it, it's part of the game. I know people don't like to hear that, but it is. It's the cost of doing business. There's a 9. You're going to win 20 bucks. So you can just sit here and collect if you want. Or you can spread out or do whatever it is you like to do. Press-wise, there's back-to-back 9s. 5, 4, 9. Another $20 win. So you've won 40 already on this one. You could pull those odds off now if you wanted to. Not a bad idea when it's the 6 and 8 to try to get those odds out of there. There's a 3 deuce 5. All right, so that's going to win 70 minus 20 on the field. Replace your field, rack up 50 bucks. And just so on and keep on. So if the point is the 5, 6, or the 8, you can play the iron cross for really cheap. And there's an 11. And you can gain an advantage over the casino. What's the advantage here? There is 5 ways to roll the 8. 5 ways to roll the 8. And there is 31 ways to roll every other number. So it's 31 to 5 right now. 6 to 1 roughly. 6 to 1 odds that I win on every roll. And we happen to hit the 8, of course, because, well, I talked that up. But we did win some before it. Now, obviously, we don't want to lose 170, 180 bucks. But, again, you could have pulled them odds off. There's just a lot of options, right? Now, you didn't lose these numbers over here, which is also part of why the don't is a lot better if you're going to play place bets with it, because you don't lose those numbers if you roll the don't. You get them. You can keep them. Take them home. Bring them back. But again, that's how I like to play the don't. I don't just like to play the don't by itself unless I'm playing it like 5 don'ts in a row. Unless I'm saying, okay, I'm starting with 1 and then I'm going 3 and then I'm going 5 and then I'm going 8 and, you know, five don'ts in a row to see if I can make money that way. That's an okay strategy in my opinion. But just always just flat playing the don't all the time or playing the don't with max odds, you're going to have a roller that kills you. You're going to have a guy that hits a bunch of points and hits a bunch of come-out winners and burns you. That's why I prefer to play both sides of the board. I prefer to play the light side and the dark side all at the same time, That way I'm manipulating the game and I'm moving the risk to a number that is far more tolerable than the 7. And again, guys, I know a lot of people are dice control guys. Now, I'll tell everyone what I think about dice control really quick. I believe in it. I do think it's possible. I don't think it's the way most people describe it. I have my own opinion on it. I don't think you can dodge the 7. Not effectively. I think over time the 7 comes at its rate no matter what you do, because the dice, the way it's geared, it's the way it's coming. It's coming at 16%, and you're not going to stop it, in my opinion. What I do think you can do with dice control is I do think you can narrow a range. I think you can consistently get a different set of numbers. If you're using the same throw, the same set, the same everything, you can get maybe more low numbers than high numbers. You can maybe get more 6s and 8s than normal. You can maybe get, whereas trying to defeat a number is much more difficult than just trying to get more of a number, in my opinion. That's what I think, guys. I'm not a professional at dice control. I'm none of that. That's just my opinion on it. But I do practice it. I do practice, and I do keep track of my practice. And I essentially are attempting to manipulate a certain range of numbers. There's a 516. I don't want to necessarily defeat the 7 because I'm playing the 7. I'm always playing the 7 as a profit number. So I'm not trying to defeat it. I don't mind if it rolls at all, because I'm going to win if it rolls. But what I try to do is I try to manipulate the group of numbers I get. That way I can play more money on them and understand that I'm going to roll more, maybe 4, 6, 8, 9s, you know. How often do I play at the casinos? Recently, I've played less than ever. Mostly just because my kids keep me really busy with sports and stuff. But I used to go 2 times a week. But lately, I go about 2 or 3 times a month, as opposed to 2 times a week. But it has nothing to do with the gambling. It has everything to do with my 9-year-old is in every sport in the whole world. And we're just always busy with them. So, like, we have archery and baseball and basketball all at the same time, you know. And so sometimes archery, we might have to drive across the state, you know, and it's just a lot, you know. And I'm sure a lot of you have had kids in sports at one time or another. And so it kind of eliminates my free time to go to the casino. Well, Seekin, there you go, buddy. I appreciate that. But yeah, and so that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the gambling aspect of it. I also sports bet every day, so you know I do pretty well at that. So that does kind of itch my gambling bug. But sports betting and craps are not the same thing, guys. Sports betting to me is very second nature. Where craps is fun, it's exciting. Sports betting is not exciting. You know, craps is exciting. It's fun to be at the craps table. It's fun to interact with the people, the dealers, the jerks that are at the table. And then you got the newbies that are doing weird stuff at the table, you know, and terrible etiquette. Just the whole ambiance and situation at the craps table is so much fun to me. It's one of my most enjoyable things that I like to do, is to be at full tables that are exciting. I want people hooping and hollering. I love it when, you know, the table's getting together and you're doing little things. I'll get into that in a minute, Dan. When you're doing weird things like holding up a $5 chip to try to get a 5, or, you know, everyone has to turn their backs to the table because, you know, it's a come out roll and the ATS is down to 1 number, you know, it just like weird little things like that. And just the weird instances I've seen of people go crazy on the table after a loss, you know, or the dumb things I've done where, like, I threw the dice at a guy one time, and just different things. Yeah. Hey, sports ain't for everybody. That's for sure. But just so craps is so unique to the casino, right? Like, you're at a blackjack table and like you every now and then you hear them yell, "Oh," you know. At the craps table, it might be every roll. People, if the roll is hot, every roll, people are going crazy, and I love that. I love that feeling of winning and winning as a group and trying to just punish the casino. And when it's going good, it goes so good on the craps table, right? When you're going good on blackjack, it's literally you're having to kind of double your bets to make it really go good, or baccarat or anything. Where the craps table, you're not doing that necessarily. You might just be pressing a little bit, and it might be just rocking and rolling. You hit the ATS maybe for 170 to one. I mean, just there's all kinds of things at the craps table that can be so much cheaper to be so much more fun, to be so much more enjoyable and more profitable than the other table games. Now, roulette has a lot of that in it too, because you're playing 35 to 1 odds a lot of times. And if you happen to hit one that has a little chunk on it, that's fun. It's a lot of fun to hit, a $40 35 to 1. I love that. But yeah, so that's the thing. I love the craps table. Sports betting's more like a job to me. I do give out information to people. I don't even charge for it no more. Just because I can't devote the time I need to devote for it. I don't feel like I should charge for it anymore. I just give it out. Again, sports betting is different than craps. Craps is great. Craps is exciting and fun, and it's the best game at the casino by far as enjoying yourself. The only problem with the craps table, in my opinion, is you can't sit down. A lot of places don't let you sit down. You sit on a craps table for a long time, and if it's a long roll, it kind of gets tiring, it can get old. So it would be nice if we all had chairs, but it is fun. Craps is a great time. My opinion, best game at the casino. So let's talk about Super Bowl a little bit. Everyone wants to hear this, all right? Guys, just for some background knowledge, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are 10-1-1 against the spread as the underdog. And they're the underdog. So in his career, Patrick Mahomes is 10-1-1 as the underdog. So he's won 10 times, lost once, and tied the spread once. He's like 12-3 overall. You should know. Guys, if you're betting on this game and you're taking San Francisco, you're gambling, because history, the best player, the best coach, it's all the best defense. It's all on one side. The best player, the best coach, and the best defense are all on the Kansas City side. For San Francisco to win, they have to play their best game. For Kansas City to win, they could probably play their fifth best game of the season and still probably win the game, just because the defense in Kansas City is so dominant. There's a lot of other factors that factor in that I'm looking at. Kansas City's done this a whole bunch, so the Super Bowl is a lot different than other games. The pregame is really long. These guys are at interviews all week long. They're doing it's exhausting. For the teams that have done it and been there a lot recently, it's easier for them to acclimate to this. They know what they got to do. Good night, Queen. They know what they got to do. Where San Francisco, a lot of these guys have never been in this situation. They're going to be a little different. Plus, you have the Vegas factor. It's in Vegas. So a lot of these young guys are going to be out gambling, where I think the discipline on the Chiefs is better. So overall, you can get the Chiefs. You can get the Chiefs getting points. You can get the Chiefs at plus money just to win. You can tease the Chiefs up over a touchdown. There's just a lot of things that fall on the Chiefs side that I really like. My money is on the Chiefs. It's already on the Chiefs. But just for some clarity, before the season ever started, I bet future bets on both San Francisco and Kansas City to win the Super Bowl. So I have San Francisco at 10-1, and I have the Chiefs at 6-1. So I have a window there where I got kind of a free roll, right? I got both sides of the bet, so I can kind of do what I want, because I bet on this back in August or whenever it was. Now, I do like some props. I think the Kansas City kicker, Butker, will make 2 field goals in the game. So over 1.5 field goals for Butker. I actually think that's a really good bet. Some other props, I think Kansas City will win the first half. And the reason I say that is because for those other factors I was talking about the lead up to it, it's longer. It's a different. Kansas City will be ready and prepared, and a lot of San Francisco side won't. It'll be new to them. It'll be exhausting. It'll be different. This is actually a very common thread. The team that's been there a lot generally does better in the game early on than the team that's new to the situation. So I think Kansas City will win the first half as well. But that's where I'm at on it, guys. I'm not going to have a bunch of other bets in it because, like I said, I have both sides of the bet from back before any football was ever played at pretty good odds. So I'm mostly just kind of free rolling it. I will have a bunch of props bet just because of the free roll. So I'll probably pair like a lot of touchdown scores together. Like I'll probably pair Pacheco with McCaffrey or Pacheco with Samuel or Ayuk. You know, I'll pair a Chiefs guy with a 49ers guy. Both of them score a touchdown. You win a better payout. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, the Atlanta New England game was a weird one. Um, yeah, that was a very odd game. Atlanta definitely should have won that game. I don't know how they figured out how to lose that game. But just overall, most of the time, this is the case. The team that's done it more, been there more often, it understands it better. Um, but again, guys, if you're, in my opinion, if you're betting on San Francisco, you're gambling. If you're betting on Kansas City, you're on the side that makes most sense. So, does it mean that Kansas City will win? No, it doesn't. San Francisco can win. There's a reason San Francisco's there, and there's a reason they were the one seed. But I don't think they will. I think there's too much on the Chiefs side to put my money on the San Francisco side that's not already tied up on it. Again, you know, all this kind of stuff, 2 weeks leading up to the game, Andy Reid is one of the best coaches with extra time. His record is like crazy, 25-4 or something like that when he has extra time to prepare for games. I don't know what the exact number is, but it's a crazy number like that. Just there's a lot of stuff. And guys, Brock Purdy is kind of a rookie. He's just a little more than a rookie. He's played just a little more than one season. You know, Mahomes, this is his sixth year, and this is his fourth Super Bowl. You know, this guy does this. There's just a lot more, like I said, falls on the Chiefs side of things. But San Francisco's loaded with talent, so there you go. I don't have any idea how San Francisco's favored. I'm not really sure on that. I know it has something to do with a lot of the future bets that got put in, like in August. A lot of people had money on San Francisco. So I think that's why they kind of are going in as the favorite as far as Vegas is. Because, you know, the favorite for Vegas is a lot of time based on the money. It's not necessarily based on the quality of the team. A lot of times it's based on where the money's at. So there you go. But again, guys, you know, Super Bowl's coming. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be down here at the Chop, Tomahawk Chop with my friends. They're Chiefs fans. So I'm going to be watching it with them. And it'll be a good time. And like I said, I'll have a chunk of money on it. No matter what, I can't lose. I'll make it to where no matter what, I can't come out a loser with those two free roll bets. So no matter what, I'm going to be profitable in the Super Bowl, no matter what happens. So hopefully a couple other bets hit and I can make a good chunk. Last year, just for some context, when I put out my Super Bowl to the people that paid me for my information, I went 8-3 on my Super Bowl picks. So all the props, I went 8-3. I had a really good year. These specialized games I tend to be really good at. So there you go. I've been really good in the playoffs. Obviously, been riding Kansas City through the playoffs for some good money. I've hit most of the games right. But again, guys, it's sports betting, so the edge is small. You know, it's a real small edge. You're just really looking to win about. If you can win 60% of your sports bets, you're an elite handicapper. You know, the really good guys win about 57%. So it's a very small edge. It's not like this massive edge where these people are just like raking in money all the time. It's nearly a 50-50 proposition, and the good guys are a little better than that. So again, it's sports betting is a very unique way to gamble, especially on like football or basketball and stuff, because it's like a 3-hour bet, right? You watch it, boom, it's over. Watch it, boom, it's over. And a lot of times it's very 1-to-1-ish odds. It's not like horse racing or something where you might get 30-to-1. It's unique in its own way. It's not very exciting. So that's my opinion on sports betting. If you guys are interested, sports betting is a way to make money. It's very consistent type of gambling, but it's very limited as far as the upside. You're not going to have a whole bunch of lottery tickets pop out. You know what I mean? Even if you play huge parlays, you might hit one in your life that it pays you $10,000 or something. I mean, what I'm getting at is it's kind of a grind. Sports betting is kind of a grind. Whereas, craps, you could land on a hot table and you might be there an hour and make a couple $1,000. So, just because you hit it at the right time. Again, guys, thank you for your time. I'm going to get off here. Watch the video I posted earlier if you don't mind. You guys might be interested. It's the first part of the 3-part series on the Lay the 5 that I'm doing. They're all 3 videos of it are going to be a little different. And I'm going to kind of show a way to be more aggressive with it is my goal. So you can kind of see, okay, some guys have been asking, well, how do you press this or how do you make this more aggressive as you go? So that's what I'm kind of going to show as these next 2 videos go on. Hopefully we get to the little goal we're going to. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out with me for an hour. And if you don't mind, go check out Jet Fike on YouTube. He's this little guy. He's my son's friend. They do archery together. It's not a type of ladder. No, it's more parlaying a bet, more so parlaying your bet. But check him out. He's a little archer. He's a hunter. He just I live in the country, guys. So I live in Arkansas. Arkansas is mostly country, and I live in the country of Arkansas. So check him out. Give him a sub. He's worth your time. Young guy trying to do something. So, and plus, I mean, it's Google. They got plenty of money. Let them give out some more money to some more people. But anyways, guys, thank you for your time. Have a great day. Everyone that watched, hung out with me, have a great time. You guys are the best. And I will try to be on here more. But no guarantees because my kid baseball's starting up and baseball is very demanding. But I'll try. So, and I'll probably film some of the Super Bowl party here. Maybe go live, let you all see a little bit of what goes on. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, guys, thank you for your time. You have a great day.